were born before the wind, also younger than the sun. Yeah, the bonnie boat was one as we sail into the mystic. Oh, I can now hear the sailors cry, smell the sea and feel the sky. Let your soul and spirit fly into the mystic. And where that foghorn blows, I will be coming home. Yeah, when the foghorn blows, I wanna hear it. I don't have to fear it, and I wanna rock your gypsy soul, just like way back in the days of old. And magnificently we will fold into the mystic. When that foghorn blows, you know I will be coming home. And when that foghorn whistle blows, I gotta hear it. I don't have to fear it, and I wanna rock your gypsy soul, just like way back in the days of old. And together we will fold into the mystic. Come on, girl. were born before the wind, also younger than the sun. Yeah, the bonnie boat was one as we sail into the mystic. Oh, I can now hear the sailors cry, smell the sea and feel the sky. Let your soul and spirit fly into the mystic. And where that foghorn blows, I will be coming home. Yeah, when the foghorn blows, I wanna hear it. I don't have to fear it, and I wanna rock your gypsy soul, just like way back in the days of old. And magnificently we will fold into the mystic. When that foghorn blows, you know I will be coming home. Yeah, when that foghorn whistle blows, I gotta hear it. I don't have to fear it, and I wanna rock your gypsy soul, just like way back in the days of old. And together we will fold into the mystic. Come on, girl. We were born before the wind, also younger than the sun. Yeah, the bonnie boat was one as we sail into the mystic. Oh, I can now hear the sailors cry, smell the sea and feel the sky. Let your soul and spirit fly into the mystic. And where that foghorn blows, I will be coming home. Yeah, when the foghorn blows, I wanna hear it. I don't have to fear it, and I wanna rock your gypsy soul, just like way back in the days of old. And magnificently we will fold into the mystic. when that foghorn blows, you know I will be coming home. And when that foghorn whistle blows, I gotta hear it, I don't have to fear it, and I wanna rock your gypsy soul, just like way back in the days of old. And together we will fold into the mystic. Come on, girl. Too late to stop now. We were born before the wind, also younger than the sun. Yeah, the bonnie boat was one as we sail into the mystic. I can now hear the sailors cry, smell the sea and feel the sky. Let your soul and spirit fly into the mystic. And where that foghorn blows, I will be coming home. Yeah, when the foghorn blows, I wanna hear it, I don't have to fear it, and I wanna rock your gypsy soul, just like way back in the days of old. And magnificently we will fold into the mystic. When that foghorn blows, you know I will be coming home. And when that foghorn whistle blows, I gotta hear it, I don't have to fear it, and I wanna rock your gypsy soul, just like way back in the days of old. And together we will fold into the mystic. Come on, girl. Too late to stop now. We were born before the wind. Also younger than the sun. Yeah, the bonnie boat was one as we sail into the mystic. Oh, I can now hear the sailors cry, smell the sea and feel the sky. Let your soul and spirit fly into the mystic. And where that foghorn blows, I will be coming home. Yeah, when the foghorn blows, I wanna hear it. I don't have to fear it, and I wanna rock your gypsy soul, just like way back in the days of old. And magnificently we will fold into the mystic. When that foghorn blows, you know I will be coming home.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, and thank you all for coming to grieve the loss and to celebrate the life of our Jaimie. I just want to, first of all, offer our collective gratitude to Jaimie's family for allowing us to host this event here in Manchester, where Jaimie spent most of his time and a massive amount of his apparently boundless energy, and where he was, of course, so very hugely loved. So it means the world to us that we're able to do this here, and at the Nymos, which we obviously helped to restore. So thank you from all of us here, and thank you to everyone at the Nymos too. A lot of people have really pulled out all the stops to be here today, come from a long way away. Everyone is in a different place emotionally. So let's just take a minute before we start, just to land here a minute. Take a collective breath. Just take a breath. Feel the ground under your feet. This is for me as much as it is for you. Well, set forever into the fabric of this building that he helped to restore. So hi, love. It's so weird that you're not here. We could really have done with your help to pull all this together. And we all know that you'd be itching to get to the rave. And we know that you'd be restless for this part of the day. And we know that you would have hated all this. For Jaimie, it is important that we don't bypass the hard stuff, the emotional stuff. We need to fully feel the weight before we can put it down. The grief rarely arrives alone. When we lose somebody very suddenly like this, it brings what we really missed, what we might say if we had one more chance. And all of those strange feelings jostle up so strangely beside all of this love that's got nowhere to go. So just know that whatever we've carried into this room today is allowed. We're not wrong to feel it. There's no correct way to grieve, and no feeling that we've got to hide to earn a place here. So we sit with it. Whether he was the absolute centre of your world, the colourful thread running through it, or the sparky particle ricocheting in and out of it on a rusty bike with a handmade sound system. Listening to him incessantly rant in righteous indignation about this and that, perched on the edge of the flight case, constantly, relentlessly making brews. Just one of our crew. I can't really remember when I met him, because after a time, he'd just always been there. And now he's not. And the first thing that we do when someone is suddenly not there, in a way that seems so utterly senseless, is to reach for a story to help us make sense of it. So, if you want to, if you feel like it, take the hand of whoever's next to you, put a hand on the shoulder, or if you're not feeling that, you can just put your hand on the chest for a little bit of self-comfort. Let's hold on to each other. Rainbows that are going to catch us off guard at random for a long time to come. There are lots of people here with stories to tell of Jaimie, and their times with him, and the family are going to start. And Sandra is going to kick us off the family section with a poem.
Hello, I'm Jaimie's stepmom, and he used to tell me when he was little that I was a wicked stepmom. With a glint in his eye, and he'd say it meant I was cool, but I don't know. Anyway. I wanted to read it. I think every human being eventually has a moment where they are standing outside in sweatpants that have lost the will to be pants, holding a trash bag, a parking ticket, a divorce, or some other receipt from the universe that says, surprise, this too is part of it. And then the sky rises purple, and the air touches your face like it knows your whole story. And suddenly you realise all the real is actually unreal. The dirt, the breath, the weird little bones in your hands, the fact that we are here on a floating rock with pollen counts, paying bills, missing dead people, loving living people who say leaving now when they're still naked and looking for their socks. That still has to come. Tell me that isn't holy. Tell me there is a better word than sacred for the way that the light keeps returning with no guarantee we will actually stop or take note. I know people who believe in therapy, probiotics, tarot, 12-step meetings, manifestation journals, and waiting exactly 11 minutes before texting back so they don't appear emotionally available, even though their whole nervous system is standing in the driveway holding flowers. And underneath all of it, every ritual, every doctrine, every smoothie the chia seeds, the prayer is the same. Please let me be loved. Please let me be forgiven. Please let this strange little life mean something before my lower back submits its formal resignation. What is going on? I mean, for real though, what is this place? You know, the unbearable tenderness of being alive long enough to watch steam lit from coffee in winter like a soul practicing to leave. To see your friend laugh so hard they slap the table as if joy is a mosquito they're trying to kill. And to hear a child say biscotti. And for one shining second realize language has finally been improved. The truth is, this life is devastating and ridiculous. I mean, 1 minute you're 22 and invincible, driving too fast, eating gas station nachos with the confidence of a Greek god, and the next minute you're Googling, can sneezing cause a hamstring injury? And the answer is, apparently. Welcome to the second half of your life. But even now, even tired, even grieving, even emotionally held together by iced coffee, playlists, and one very specific Wolves hoodie, we keep finding reasons to stay soft. We plant tomatoes, even though grief is real. We bake bread, even though the muse is on fire. We send photos of the sky to people we love with captions like, look, as if beauty is an emergency and we're all volunteer firefighters. We keep saying, you have to see this, because wonder is the oldest form of resurrection. So,
Here's to the believers and the atheists and the agnostics. Here's to the people clinging to faith. Here's to the people clinging to Xanax and oat milk and the one group chat where nobody pretends to be okay. Here's to the tender-hearted weirdos, the accidental mystics, the ones who know that despair has a mouth, but so does laughter. And may we never stop being drop-kicked by beauty in the middle of a Sunday afternoon. May we never become so polished that we forget how to stand in the Starbucks line of existence with our dumb, gorgeous hearts open, feeling the enormity of it all rattle around our bones. And may we remember, whatever else this is, whatever mess, whatever miracle, whatever cosmic group project no one was prepped for, all of it is astonishing. That we are here, that we have loved enough to be ruined, that the moon keeps showing up, that bread exists. So, pass it on. Tear off a piece with your bare hands. Take it in as you take it down. And then go outside and look at that moon. Thank you. I've just remembered. I was so eager to get off. Nathan's going to say a few words now.
So I spent a fair bit of time trying to write something for this, and I've just got pages and pages of scribble and things going around in circles, so I've just had to sort of freestyle it. So I'm going to go back to sort of when I was 14, 15 and going out, getting pissed, getting into fights, getting into trouble. And my mum had had enough of this. She was like, we just can't keep going out. And I went out one night and I got my phone robbed by the bouncers, got stitched up. And I came home and my mum's like, right, you're not going out anymore. Jaimie, can you not take him out with you? And so just because your friends are all sound, you don't come home in a state, you don't get robbed, this, that and the other. And that was it. So Jaimie then took me to a free party in Trafford Park. And I managed to grab... And I managed to drag one of my dear friends who was also on the same scene as me, and we were all getting pissed and stuff like that, but he came, and I'm still one of my good friends, he's here today, and went and introduced me to the person that I've worked with still to this day, and basically all the doors that I've had through my life have got me where I am, have come through my brother and the friendships that he shared with me. So I just want to thank everyone that's here today, just for the love and times we've shared. And yeah, I'm going to pass you on to my sister. She wants to say a few words.
Oh, God. Oh, wow, I'm quite overwhelmed by the amount of people that are here today. So I just want to say thank you to every single one of you for being here, and to the amazing people, everyone that has contributed to the amazing day that it is. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Jaimie's sister. I wanted to first tell you, Jaimie, wherever you are, how much I love you and how utterly proud of you I am, because I don't think I ever said that to him, and I really am so proud of you. Thank you for being such a unique, deeply caring, funny, smart, and a little bit bonkers a big brother. One thing I have found quite comforting since we lost Jay is that I was able to spend his last day with him, and I wanted to talk to you all about that day in the hope that you can all find some comfort in what a beautiful last day that it was for Jaimie. Having just had an amazing day with Nathan and Livy the day before, one that ended with Livy telling Jay what a brilliant uncle he is, The sun was shining, and Jaimie arrived at ours in his usual fashion, on his bike adorned with all sorts of bits and bobs, and with a great big flask filled with a brew. My little boy Louis, who's the noisy one at the front, was so happy when he arrived, because he always brought so much fun. God, sorry, I'm shaking so much. He was always willing to be totally silly with Louis, and he really embraced being an uncle. I really felt that it had brought me closer to him since I had Louis. Seeing the way that he was with him and just how much Louis adored him brought me so much joy. As is now the norm when the sun is shining, Louis was running around butt naked, wearing just a scooter helmet and a shark water pistol backpack, and was chasing Uncle Jaimie around, squirting him with water. Jay was getting increasingly annoyed with getting soaked by Louis, which of course egged him on even more, much to Louis's utter delight. As is usual when Uncle Jaimie was there, Louis didn't want to let him out of his sight, and when Jaimie had gone upstairs to use the bathroom, Louis was trying to find him, and I heard Jaimie out of the bathroom window shout, "I'm having a poo, Louis!" And I remember laughing so much. No ritual is sacred with a toddler around. We spent the afternoon sitting out in the garden, chatting about various different things and just catching up on life. I had been to see Take That the night before at the London Stadium, and Jay was due to be working there the following morning on a Metallica install. I showed him pictures of the stage set from Take That, and he was really buzzed to show me what role he would have played in setting up the speakers for that type of gig. Jay and I were very different people with quite different lives, but he would always find a way to find a connection there and something that we could chat about. He also mentioned how many butterflies he was seeing around this year, and of course, whenever I see a butterfly now, I am instantly transported back to that moment. But honestly, it wasn't an afternoon of profound moments, it was just simple and easy. He was looking healthy, and he even had a little tan, which he was very proud of. And he was wearing his now trademark Hawaiian shirt. He just seemed in the best place he had been in a long time. As you will all know, it was very clear when Jay wasn't in a good headspace, and this wasn't one of those times. He was planning on coming up to Manchester with us the following Friday, and we were all excited to see each other again. When it was time for Jay to go, I gave him a huge hug, told him I love him, and then picked up Louis and we had a group hug. And then we stood at the front door, Louis was still butt naked by the way, and we waved him down the street. Louis was shouting, "I love you, Uncle Jaimie," at the top of his voice. And when he reached the end of the road, and Louis was still shouting, he raised his hand in the air, waved to us all, and he cycled off out of sight. That was my last ever memory of Jay, and though it is absolutely heartbreaking, it is also a beautiful moment that I will never forget. And I am so happy that the last thing he heard from us all was how loved that he was. So thank you, Jaimie, for spending your last day with us and being such a special big brother and an incredible uncle to Louis. We love you so much, and we will see you on the other side. Thank you.
Jaimie's mum, Carol.
I hope you like this t-shirt. I wore it for Jay. I'm going to get a really dry mouth as well, so that's why I brought this bottle with me. First thing I want to say is that what a comfort you amazing people are. You are such a comfort, you know? To know that Jaimie was loved by so many amazing people is awesome. It's beyond awesome, you know? And we all know the Jaimie that was funny and creative, that was open and serious, and caring and loving and kind and gentle. Some of you will also have recognised that he was an incredibly sensitive human being. For the most part, though, he'd hide this aspect of himself from the world and from most people. Recently, I was reading the book of Enoch. That was before I knew what I was going to say today. And I started reading it, and not the original version, I wouldn't have understood that. The following passages, I'm going to paraphrase them, but they resonated really strongly with me. And I believe that they give substance to the true depth of Jaimie's sensitivity and of his perception of the world today and why he felt so affected by it. And the world began to come apart. Nothing held steady. Violence, imbalance, distortion was no longer an interruption. It became a pattern. Not confined to moments or places, but woven into daily life, into decisions, into survival itself. Strength became the only language that mattered. Justice lost its footing. The weak were no longer defended. They were overlooked, absorbed, or erased. Those who held power didn't question it, they extended it, enforced it, and built upon it. What once guided people, a sense of restraint, of right and wrong, however imperfect, faded. In its light came something harder and sharper, ambition without limits, fear without relief, a constant push for more. What once looked like advancement now shows its cost. It doesn't elevate humanity, it unbalances it, replacing the slow formation of wisdom with raw capability. Capability without restraint does not build, it overwhelms. I'm sure, like Jaimie, many of you share the same concerns for what is happening in the world today. I would tell Jaimie that he wasn't responsible for healing the whole world. His responsibility was to heal his own world and to make it the best he possibly can. And by God, I believe he worked hard on that. That is the only real responsibility each of us has. When we make it our own true purpose, the world will eventually be transformed. I love you, my beautiful son, and so sad that you had to leave us so soon. Thank you.
That's Martin, Jaimie's dad.
I'll just reiterate, thank you so much for all being here. So, it's clear now that although I sort of knew who Jaimie was, and vaguely knew what he was up to at any point in time, I knew he'd been to Peru, and that he'd enjoyed his time trimming in California and DJing in Italy. Who wouldn't? But I really had no idea how much he was loved and just what a catalyst he'd been in this vast community that he was a part of. The very fact that we're able to celebrate Jaimie in this fashion is down to the bonds he created with the very fine people who worked so hard to make this happen. Out of our love for Jaimie, we are so grateful. Keep breathing, Martin. I knew he'd been to Calais to work with Good Chance in the jungle, and we'd talked of things he'd seen, both awful and wonderful, but I had no idea what a major part he'd played in the project. So this is a quote from Joe of Good Chance. He was a truly remarkable man, and without him, there wouldn't be a Good Chance. He came to Calais in autumn 2015 without a second thought and helped build the dome from Noisy Toys alongside hundreds of the camp's residents. And then he came back to offer his skills, kindness, and wisdom in what was a really terrible situation for many thousands of people. His bold, brave, maverick spirit is still imprinted in all the work we do. There have been so many wonderful comments on Facebook, and hearing so much about Jaimie's qualities and just how much he was loved have been such a gift. The most striking thing about the comments is that in between the much appreciated thinking of yous, sorry for your losses, etc., are some very open-hearted messages that were posted with incredible love and honesty. Folk were not afraid to share stories of their own problems and their vulnerabilities. And the willing of Jaimie to be there to support them, amuse them, or just make them cups of tea. In spite of whatever turmoil and hopelessness he could well have been feeling at that time. Spiritual folk call that being in service to others. And it's a holy thing to do. I'll say that again, it's a holy thing to do. And I really cherish knowing that about Jaimie. Thank you for breathing with me. I didn't always find him easy to be around. It's difficult to be with someone you love who is so obviously in pain and at times very fragile. You just feel helpless. I'm sure many of us here saw his difficulties over the years. His anger, thank you, his anger at the way the world works and his refusal to take part in it in any conventional way. I know. He often spoke of his desire to leave as little impact on the planet as possible. He minimized his worldly goods. If it would fit on his bike, that was all he needed. Don't buy me presents. I just don't need shit that I'll never use and will just be thrown away. He would accept pants and socks and a few quid, though, of course. Yeah. But in reality, he made a massive impact on all of us. Nearly there now. They say that you can judge a person by the company he keeps. And looking at you lot, he was well dodgy. But more to the point, he was fucking amazing. Sorry, I just got to prepare myself for this bit. Nothing can ever prepare you for the death of your child. It sucks the life out of you and leaves you numb, angry and broken. And if it was not for this community of free spirits, friends, ravers, and incredibly caring folk, yeah. Yeah. I think I'd feel so much more lost now. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks again to the family. Amazing, just incredible that you were able to be so vulnerable with us, and we're just really happy to be here to support you all, family. Jaimie had more energy than anyone I've ever met, I think, and here is something that I find comforting, that's simply and physically true. That energy doesn't disappear. It can't. So the first law of the universe is that energy is never destroyed. It only ever changes form, moves on, and passes into something else. And I think he would have liked that the gorgeous, maddening, wonderful, chaotic energy of him obeys the same law as the stars, just in a more disorderly form now. We're going to stop talking for a little while and just remember him. And we're going to listen to one of his own mixes, Chawton Borders piano by Beat Trigger, with an added extra, and we're going to have some projections playing alongside.
Daylight come and me want go home. Work all night and a drink a rum. Daylight come and me want go home. Stack banana till the morning come. Daylight come and me want go home. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Daylight come and me want go home. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Daylight come and me want go home. It's 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot punch. Daylight come and me want go home. 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot punch. Daylight come and me want go home. Day-o, day-o. Daylight come and me want go home. Daylight come and me want go home.
Okay, so we're going to hear from some of Jaimie's friends now. Danny's going to kick us off.
Fucking hell. Wow. So we pulled loads of words and sentiments and thoughts together from all the different groups and wrote this bio for Jaimie, myself and Janie did. I'm just going to dive straight in because I'm going to struggle. Jaimie was a much-loved son, brother, uncle, friend, artist, maker and instigator, an unforgettable presence. To his friends, he was funny, kind, beautifully complicated, cynical, and a grumpy fucker at times, but utterly unique. He could walk into a room, a field, a party, a workshop, and somehow make the story richer. Humor, mischief, shenanigans, just being near him was a strange kind of magic. And underneath all of that wide-eyed, childlike spark, eager to learn, to play, to wonder at the world, grinning like he just discovered something you just had to see. Jaimie had a rare creative talent. He really, really, really did. He saw potential in people, in random objects, and in places others overlooked. He loved making music, riding bikes, blasting mini rigs, eating hummus, drinking brews, of course, wielding power tools, and spieling off constant social commentary. His desire to lift people's spirits and to make people laugh by showing us the absurdity of life was matched only by his deep care for us all to be the best version of the person we could be. Over the years, he became part of many communities, music scenes, festivals, parties, creative spaces, squats, kitchens, studios, dance floors, making memories that stayed with people along the way. And he met you as you were, without judgment or ego, always on a level. Jaimie was a community builder, there's no doubt about that. He was a fixer, he was a get shit done kind of guy. He created spaces where people could gather to have a good time and feel like they belonged, from setting up sound system parties, building epic stages, to creating a geodesic dome in the Calais jungle. And of course, restoring this place, Naimos, the building we all gather here today. To say farewell. And all of this and all of that was his legacy. These are souvenirs he's left behind. Memories well made, with music played and cups of tea shared. Some of the most creative moments served at strange hours, with quick wit, laughter, and conversations that could turn unexpectedly deep. Jaimie's life touched more people than he'll probably ever know. And the love shared since his passing shows how deeply he was cherished. The outpouring is just massive, and look at you all here, showing up. Fucking yes. But he left us too soon, you cunt. But we are all blessed with the joy of knowing him. He's left a space for us to fill, a void that carries vibration, resonance of him and how he moved through this world, carried with the memories that he gave us, the love and the laughter, the music turned up loud, with tenderness we didn't know we had, and with stories we'll all keep telling. Ride easy through the cosmos, my friend. Thank you.
Janie? Janie, are you here? There she is. She's coming. Here she comes.
Sorry, I didn't know I was next. I've got a poem that I wrote when I just found out. I drank myself very silly and then started writing about him because I didn't know how to even talk to somebody about what was happening. So I'm going to read that. But, I mean, I don't know how dead is, but he's in that box, I guess. And so, I don't want to just get up here and talk about him in the third person, because he would have hated that. I can feel him already hating that. So, Jaimie, well, you know how much I loved you. You know, I loved you and I hated you in equal quantities. And I was saying earlier that you know, Jaimie only ever fell out with me twice, and I can remember the 2 times that we fell out with each other. And I fell out with him more times than I can remember. And he never fell out with me. He was, I respected you so much. And I'm so proud, you know. And just being in here for the last 2 days has been really comforting, because there's nowhere in this whole place that I can't look that I haven't got a memory of me and Jaimie. Do you know, and every sort of memory, you know. And also, like everybody else, I'm really shocked how many people online and all the different characters of him. And I knew it, but I think at some point I stopped seeing it. And I think I need to apologize. I need to apologize for leaving you behind. And I also need to apologize for at some point not seeing you clearly. And I'm sorry for that, and I know you forgive me already, and it's all right. And this is all a bit embarrassing, but as he would have said, it's not the one, this, mate. It's not the one. So I'm going to read my poem, but there we go. Now I'm going to talk about you in the third person. Okay. Whew. A poem of extra baggage, storage containers, loose spaces, Jaimie, aka Damaged Goods, my friend who helped me organize, unpack, Tetris, compartmentalize everything in my life. How do I cope without you now? Once I make a space in my heart, it's there forever. My love is a Virgo moon. I place you on a pedestal, polished, categorized, shining. A bookshelf in my mind, each spine is a person. Each chapter is a funny antidote tale, a series of misunfortunate events retold. I'm a collector of peculiar characters who color index my world. I carry you always, a little useful book of oddities I call friends. And when I'm reminded of you, I call, just to check in, reminisce, or ask a favor. I'm sure you knew that's just my way of saying I love you, and I've just remembered why you are special to me. Loving you is a rare find, unpolished, chipped, tarnished, stories scarred and wrinkled on your skin. I see you, not what you are, but what the light could do if I just held you up to it. We are menders, fixer-uppers, make-doers, you and I. Always remember you were never broken, just genuine, grafted, gold-leafed imperfection at its personal best. Every detail studied, how you take your tea. Sorry, I can't see, my eyes are too watery. One second, sorry. Every detail studied, how you take your tea, the tone of your voice, your dirty laugh, your social grace, your awkward dance, your gnarly, obscure music tastes. It's got better, music taste got better. Our family trees, a series of sagas, many broken heart clubs, and always a quick-witted tongue, or a titted wong. From day dot, I learnt to know who you are, what you like, and what you meant to me. I bottled you up, preserved like summer wine. Over time, our friendship deepens. 10 years or 10 minutes, you walk back through the door, and we feel exactly the same about each other. We weathered the storm. We met at a party, searching for a kettle lead. Obviously, to make a brew. Cup of tea at 4 a.m., anyone? Janie, no Jaimie. Oh, you're Jaimie, I'm Janie. Enchanté. Ta very much for the brew, living at large, lovers of the scene, staying up all night, bantering bollocks, disco biscuits, zillions of brews, checkers, endless side quests later. Strange ways, days, daylight became daytime, but we had plans, didn't we? You were the fixer, the supporter, the builder, the Taurian bull, age of the Egyptians, making things for others to cherish. We built spaces, beautiful creative spaces. We shared ideas of grandeur. And in our minds, we lived backstage together in a beautiful home where we complemented each other's ornateness. We just knew how we wanted it to look, the right type of bar for the wrong type of people. But you knew how to build it, and I knew how to finish it. Not in a month of Sundays would they believe it. Our spaces were built from what we found. Stand like a teapot, it helps. Our spaces were built from what we found, created for the people we loved, decorated, every detail thought of. That's how we showed our love. Attention to details. Never quite finished. We loved Art Deco, we loved Art Deco, old wood, marine ply, formica, neon, static props, dressing up, building places to play in. We loved the way places came to life when we threw parties. We were instigators forever, critics, darlings, connoisseurs of culture, decor, sound, rigging, props, scene, how to build the stage, born into entertainers. We loved a good game of Tetris at 3 a.m., organizing each other's lives, loading, unloading, making everything fit together. The underground, the parties, the nightlife, the loose spaces, the squats. We made order from chaos and places for people who didn't fit into the norm. Weirdigans we celebrated together in the dance. A stomping slow, heavy sub-bass, a melodic crescendo, and a high-top snare, moving like we just didn't care. Like Nina, we finally knew what it was like to be free. Always welcome round to Janie and Jaimie's gaff, a high-rise in their once anarcho crescents. These 3 floors up and down, the kettle's on. More recent, we moved out and about, not back in the ends, well, not in Manny, but we would call in, knock on, drop by, let Facebook remember birthdays. Still present, carried with us. You could always knock on. even if it was far across the water. I will welcome you like I saw you yesterday, because in my mind I did. And now you leave this world that we built, and I still have you in spirit. I feel you, I speak to you, I will tell you stories, speak of the good times. My friendship is well worn, but not fretted, it won't break. I see you in all the useful people I meet, my right-hand man. You will always live with me backstage at every event and every space I curate. We'll be with you in mind, and at home, I'll be waiting until we meet again. Have an easy ride, brother. Forever present, organized chaos in my mind, my friend, Jaimie.
Okay, it's our wonderful photographer, Jan. Hang on.
You lovely bunch of cunning stunts. Oh, spilled the water. Sorry, tech issues. Loveliest crowd ever. Someone described him as a tornado at your picnic or a guest star in your life, and that's perfect. It's so perfect. But the word star is the word that sticks with me the most, as I've been trying to write these words to define the undefinable, to distill his essence into words that can never be enough. Jaimie was a wandering star, and wherever he went, his light shone. From the jungle in Calais to the mountains of Northern California, and those Yanks didn't know what to make of him at first. No idea, what is that? Then all of them fell for him just like we did. Out there in the wilderness, he was in his element. And the shockwaves of him passing have reached those shores and beyond, and there's people watching right now from over there. His capacity for empathy and kindness was astounding. He was the mate who would help you fix a random thing or assemble a flat pack of furniture, even if it involved a train ride to get to you. He'd listen to you with no judgment to your problems and have you howling with laughter within an hour or less. I offer you a mantra in these times to take with you for times when you're at the end of your tether and life throws another problem your way, or a friend needs help when you are barely treading water. WWJD. What would Jaimie do? And if at first you don't know, then put the kettle on and give them the biggest cup. He was a tea-propelled super friend with a face so expressive that you could tell his mood from 100 feet away. He would have been a shit poker player. The only man I ever knew or heard of that stuck his finger up a bull moose's nose and survived. But to be serious, our star has gone supernova. Sometimes the scars are on the inside. Sometimes the glass facade shatters and we are left exposed to the coldest of winds. Hold your friends close to you, for they are our chosen family. And when they leave, for each must depart, hold their memory in your wondrous heart. Love, like energy, cannot be destroyed. It never truly vanishes from the universe, and nor do our loved ones. The capacity for love inside you stays intact, and unexpressed love redirects into new outlets. Grief is just love with nowhere to go. It's the heavy, painful form that deep love takes after a loss. I wrote a poem a few years back for another friend, Elena, a friend who also loved Jaimie. Jaimie's boss, trimming in the mountains in California, and she too was tragically taken from us. But I can picture them together now, there, at the clearing at the end of the path, setting up the sound system and waiting for us to arrive. The bullets pierced the bird in flight. In plummet, life has traded light for darkness as the feathers fall. It never touched the ground at all, but somewhere on the journey down relinquished fate and slipped away. 'Tis better to be killed mid-air than caged upon the ground in bars or traded for the songs you sing without the use of heart or wing. I would much rather die in love than live as though it's not enough. We love you, Jaimie, and like a distant star, you will shine on us and in us for the rest of our lives. We love you.
Danny Crash.
It's a stupid name. I wish you hadn't said that, but so actually, I always wanted to be an MC. So this is my so this is my big moment. So thank you, Jay. So first of all, thanks to everyone for attending, and a big shout out to all who've organised this, a commemoration of life for. Give yourself a commemoration of life for our Jaimie Taylor, or as he was also known to some close family, our kid. So this was an unexpected event for us. It's a tragedy, and we will all grieve in various ways. But we should remember why it was unexpected. Quite simply, Jaimie was, and still is, to so many people, a positive and creative bundle of energy that has clearly given a great legacy. He first came into my life in the year 2000, when as a 20-year-old I had just moved from North Wales to Manchester, living in a house share on Derby Road. Does anybody remember that? Remember the place? Okay. In theory, it was a student house, but in reality, it was more like 24-hour party people. I had no university place, and my desk was a set of turntables that were open to all. Here I met a 17-year-old lad called Nathan, who became part of the furniture, as did quite a few. In this entourage, they spoke very highly of his older brother, Jaimie. His reputation as a DJ preceded him. Our kid was someone I had to meet. He was given such praise by all, we took to call him Jesus. I'm sorry, man. A musical messiah, right? But he had a good nickname for, well, he once came up with a good nickname for me. I'm not telling you, but, I knew you'd say that. Okay, I don't know why and how he came up with this, but it was DJ Snot Bubble. Oh, that's funny, yeah? Oh, okay. Alright. You can put that on the next flyer. The Daddy crashed that shit. Alright. So, but on a serious note, when I met him at Derby Road, I was kind of laying low and trying to shed my actual DJ name that some of you know me by. But Jaimie was insistent that I keep it, so it stuck. So that is down to him. So that stupid name still sticks. I already had a rave baptism in 1996, as a 16-year-old dancing to breakbeats, techno, jungle, drum and bass in a squatted cinema around Camden and other places. Then, as a young DJ, I was collecting Chicago house, techno, and hardcore. It's one thing to be into a music style, but to collect and know the records is another. That's knowledge, and I like drum and bass in jungle, but I had no deep knowledge of it. But Jaimie did, and it was in these early years. I was not an academic student, but I received an education from him in that side of the music, genuinely. He was at the forefront of involvement in parties and in clubs, helping to organize, a pioneer of sorts. We bonded through a mutual love of a blend of breakbeats and tribe, later exploring the world of free parties across the UK with our sound system, going to technicals and a memorable excursion to Czech Tech. Who was there? Did anyone remember that? Okay, a few of you, yeah, right, yeah, all right. We lived together at a place called Moss Lane. Yeah, man. Let's hear it for the Moss Lane crew. All right. Yeah, you may have heard of that. But his character was outstanding, caring, gentle, but passionate about the rights and the wrongs of the world. He matched me well in having a cynical view of things, but also being a positive influence on those around him, really. We will all remember his inimitable voice and his laughter. I can still hear that. If you ever had the pleasure of a house visit from Jaimie, you may remember that he was fond of bringing his own tea bags. All right? Okay, everybody knows that. So back when I was a boozer, I used to think, aha, what a square. He brings his own tea bags to parties. Like, oh, man, yeah, right, yeah. What an idiot, right? Well, fast forward a few years, and guess what? I will soon be 20 years clear of booze, and now I am that idiot. Yep. I am the idiot who brings his own tea bags to your house. So he was an influencer, a pioneer in normality, as he called his favourite brew. And I really wish I'd come up with that one that he coined. I'm sure he coined it, or did he get it from somewhere else? I don't know, normality. I mean, that's a good pun, man, come on. Ah, there you go, yeah, well, you know him well. Okay, so on a serious one, losing a parent, sibling, or friend can be one of life's most difficult challenges. I've lost a sibling, but never a child. My utmost love and respect goes to the family and friends of Jaimie. If there's anything I've learned about grieving from the recent passing of my mother, it's this: don't dwell in despair if you can. Go out into the world and do what they would want you to do, and do it well. Try. So I'd like to share a quote from Boethius, an ancient philosopher. It's in that film, 24-Hour Party, people. You know the bit when Tony Wilson's walking under the bridge? Didn't even know it? Like, and a homeless guy speaks to him, right? You know. So anyway, it's a good one. It's for me on life. It's my belief that history is a wheel. Inconstancy is my very essence, says the wheel. Rise up on my spokes if you like, but don't complain when you're cast back down into the depths. Good times pass away, but then so do the bad. Mutability is our tragedy, but it's also our hope. The worst of times, like the best, are always passing away. I'm glad, at least I can say, to say that I remember my last chats with Jaimie very well. After I played at London's last New Year's Eve party, Jaimie and Nathan played back-to-back, the brothers together. It was an epic night I'll always remember. Really, man, it was like, I mean, I knew at the time that it was special, but now it's just so more profound, it really is. It's just like, you know, and not too bad for a few kids from the Derby Road, all right? So, So, and yeah, one of my last chats, Jaimie asked me what I was up to, whether I was still writing for that newspaper, and I was a bit kind of cynical. I said, "Oh, why?" Thinking maybe he hadn't read any of it or whatever, like most people, I suppose. But so I said, "Well, what was the last thing I wrote about?" And he knew, actually, which kind of touched me. And so he wasn't just giving platitudes. He was genuinely interested in like things because he cared about the world and that we live in and its events. So today, let's put the wheels in motion. Let's reanimate Jaimie with the universal language of music and love. All right, last bit. So, a few weeks ago, I was chatting with Nathan, giving condolences on the WhatsApp, and I went to sign off, take it easy, bro. And then I thought, I can't say that, because I'm not his bro, right? And then I thought, no, that's not right, man. All of us, you, all of us, shall always be brothers and sisters to Nathan and to each other for Jaimie forever. Okay, thank you.
Fig. Do we have a fig? Where is Fig? No? Okay. In that case, what time is it? We've got time, I think, just for a couple more people to speak. I know that Marie had something, and Sheena, I don't know if one of you would like to come and... okay.
I met Jaimie in 2008 and was taken aback by how, almost in an instant, I felt comfortable, accepted, seen, heard, entertained, educated, enlightened, and in awe in his presence. We were housemates shortly after this for about 8 months. In hindsight, of course, I wish that I'd lived with him for a lot longer, but regardless, it was nothing short of a magical, euphoric, eye-opening, and dreamlike time for me where, with Jaimie's guidance, I essentially found myself and became comfortable with who I was. I will forever be grateful to him for this. To start with, he called me Little Chaos Engine, but after a while, he saw that there was more to me than my manic outbursts and said, actually, you're a little peace engine, which of course now breaks my heart every time I think about it. Another name he had for me was Shin Shin, and when I was hiding away in my room or depressed, he'd sing at me as he walked past. Shin Shin, what you doing? This didn't always get me out my room, but it always lifted my mood. That he'd felt to acknowledge and engage with me without pressuring me to join in has always stayed with me. I had 2 budgies at the time of this house share. I don't think that Jaimie was necessarily convinced that they make good pets to begin with, but after a while, he became a fan and said, "Fair play, sweetheart," when he realised how wonderful they are. I was buzzing about this because as a bird person, I'm always thrilled to find out that someone else is also a bird person. Yoshi, who was a particularly tame and confident bird, loved Jaimie when they met and flew out my room once to go and find him. I'd never seen him so keen to seek someone out. I'd made plans to meet up with Jaimie shortly before I got the news, and I've been in a state of disbelief almost constantly since. I've never felt so raw with anguish before, but in between the waves of sadness, I feel glimmers of peace and inspiration. Jaimie wouldn't want me to beat myself up, regretting the times that we could have met up and didn't. He wouldn't want me to wallow. He'd want me to be the change I want to see. I hope, at least for the time being, that Jaimie is with us in spirit, and I do believe that one day we will all meet again.
Thank you. Anne-Marie?
I don't really have much to say because I was asked sort of last minute, but Jaimie was like a brother to me, and I met him when I was 19, so it was a long time ago, nearly 30 years ago. And the reason I sing now, he's one of the reasons that I DJ, he's one of the reasons that I have the life I have, and so I'm absolutely gutted, like all of us, and love him very much. This is a poem that I thought that he would like me to read today. On those days, when you miss someone the most, as though your memories are sharp enough to slice through skin and bone. Remember how they loved you. Remember how they loved you, and do that for yourself. In their name and in their honor, love yourself as they loved you. They would like that. Jaimie would like that. On those days when you miss someone the most, love yourself harder.
Do you want to come and talk? One more person would like to speak. I'm sorry, I don't know your name. Esther.
So I go on with myself, and I'm going to try not to. And this isn't about my memories of Jaimie. It's about something that I share with Jaimie, which is on late diagnosed ADHD. And I'm not going to go into it because there's a post that I put on Facebook that explains it better. And if I try and explain it more, but there's a lot of underlying emotional dysregulation and things that have caused me so many problems through my life. And he's one of the only people that I know whose ADHD is as bad as mine. I think one of the other people who's had misdiagnosed stuff to do with ADHD is our friend Camilla, who unfortunately can't be here and is devastated because she's been friends with Jaimie since she was 11, and they went to school together. And if you've got a friend who's got ADHD, it's not just about us forgetting our keys and being late and talking too much. There are severe psychological, neurological issues that can cause us to behave in crazy ways, but also to have very, very low emotional things that can suddenly just be broken by a nice word or a hug. And I didn't even know this existed until March, when my mum paid £800 for a diagnostic appointment after the NHS stuck me on a 7-year waiting list and just went, off you go. And there's nothing about it on the website. So if you've got a friend with severe ADHD, you could please do the research, rejecting sensitive dysphoria, because I really believe this had a part to play in Jaimie's death. And there's a lot of us about in this kind of community, neurodivergent nutters. And please, And it was one of the things about events that I was even talking to him a few weeks ago about our catastrophizing. We will see the things that can go wrong that other people don't see. And I was literally having a conversation with Jaimie about it weeks ago. And we don't have the capacity to remember that we were halfway through looking up things to do with rejection sensitivity, even after they bother to actually bloody tell us it exists. So if you've got a friend that's got ADHD, or they think they've got ADHD, they probably don't know anything about it. If they've been put on a waiting list, they're fucked. They're just going to sit there for 7 years, no one's going to help them. So please, you do the research and you make sure that you can support your friends so you can understand the struggles they have that have caused even me, like, so many problems in my life. And I love Jaimie so much, and I can't believe he's gone so. And I really still believe that ADHD played a big part in it. And if you don't know about all of this stuff, they've been doing research for 12 years. I'm going to shut up because I never know how to end anything. I love you and I miss you. Okay, thanks.
We were going to have a little bit more of an open section. Excuse me. But I think probably everyone, and most likely Jaimie, is keen to get things moving at this point. What do we think? So I'm really just sort of going to wrap up and explain to you what's going to happen next, because that's the fun bit. I just want to thank everybody for all of their amazing contributions and for everybody's patience in listening. This whole day has obviously been pulled together by Jaimie's friends, and we've just been doing what we know that he would have done for any one of us. And it's happening at the Naimos because he was loved here, and they've very kindly given us their blessing to put up a blue plaque outside so that everyone... So that everyone who comes through the doors from now on is going to know that he had a hand in it and he'll be part of the building for good. I don't think the wording's been finally decided, but it's going to be something like Jaimie Taylor, artist, builder, maker, shenanigator, much loved friend. Helped to restore the Naimos and filled it with music, mischief and love. We've also raised a phenomenal amount, all of us and people who aren't here, for two charities. They're Good Chance, as Martin was talking about earlier, and also Ketamine Anonymous, who hold a door open for people who need it. There are also some T-shirts that are available in the foyer, which we've paid for collectively, and there's some designs out the front, and you can sign up to get one and say what size you'd like if that is the thing that you would like to do. Right, so I need to explain what's going to happen next. There are a lot of crew in this room, yeah? Hands up, crew. So think of this as the briefing for Jaimie's last get out. So if you listen carefully, then we can get this right together and give Jaimie the send-off that he deserves. So in a few minutes, Fat Cat Brass, yes, managed to say that right, are going to play, and then the pallbearers are going to come and carry Jaimie out to his ride for his final send-off. But he needs a little bit of time to get ready. He's going to get ready over there. And so if you can all just stay where you are for the time being, listen to the band play a couple of tunes, and give Jaimie a little bit of privacy and a little room while he gets his party togs on. So I'd just like to ask you as well if you could keep your cameras away. We've got documentation happening of that bit, so just try and be present in the moment as we go out, and we're going to, Fat Cat Brass are going to lead us out onto Warwick Street. We're going to follow the band out. We're going to line Warwick Street there and wave our Jaimie off on one more adventure, very noisily, as he would like it. And then we're going to come back in to really celebrate Jaimie's life with food and music and dancing and more togetherness for the wake. And if anyone needs to get out for a bit of peace at some point, the Garden Centre are very kindly opening up for us between 5 and 9, so you can go and be amongst the flowers, maybe a little flower fire, so, you know, there'll be some chill space available too. So please, for now, just stay in place, listen to the band until they lead us out, and when we get out onto Warwick Street, let's give them everything we've got. Okay, band.
I know it. No, I redid it. Well, I used AI. So, respect that.
That microphone is on.
Yes. How high is the other one? Is it just straight? I've not seen it yet, no.
Right, Lola.
You don't know music, but there's no
2, yeah, check, yeah, 2.
That's a wrap. You're back to slow anyway. This is the last This is the live stream. We're going to have to say goodbye.
Woo!